Who made the plans for the remodeling to make your house safe to return to? Who did the planning and who worked on that team?
Mostly Eric, my son.
But who supervised Eric? Who called the shots?
Who did which?
Who was in charge of Eric? Who supervised? Who called the shots?
Eric was in charge of Eric.
Who told Eric what to do?
He wants to do what needs to be done.
Who told Eric?
And he's my family. I wanted Eric to get my house put back together again.
Did you direct him to move money? Did you direct him to...
Yes.
Do you feel that you can continue to make good decisions so that you can get things done for good prices and good rates?
At this point, yes.
Do you feel that you're able to make decisions to hire accountants, attorneys, or any other assistance that you might need?
Yes.
Do you feel that you would be capable of making decisions to hire different doctors of different specialties that you might need?
Yes.
Do you know how to interview different parties and ask questions?
Oh, yes. I'm quite good at interviewing.
How often does the city and county and state ask for property taxes? Is it once a week, once a month, once a year, once every 20 years? It's once a year? And have you caused your property taxes to be paid on time?
Yes. Until my son died. At that point, I was goofed up.
Okay.
They were paid on time, though.
They got paid? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
got paid by
If your utilities get behind, do you know how to structure a payment plan?
Yes.
How do you do it? We're about out of juice. Tell them what you would do. What would you do if you got a bill and you didn't have the money? How would you handle it?
I would contact them. I would talk to them and tell them what I had and what I didn't have and how much I owed, and I would like to pay them back in payments.
Okay. And with respect to your house, do you feel safe with Eric and Carrie?
Yes.
If you didn't like the way someone was performing,
If I had to, yeah.
do you feel able to hire and fire?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel able to find who would be the best for a given task? Okay. Do you feel safe in your residence if Cookie or Eric had to go somewhere and there was an emergency? Are you capable of...
I live in a very good neighborhood. There are people there that I can trust. And I have my way of getting around, my scooter that I use to go to Bert.
Mm-hmm.
I can still get around, and I can go to places to get help.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question about emergency. If the house were on fire and it was only you, would you know how to get out of your house by yourself okay?
Yes, I would know how to get out.
Are you capable? Would you crawl?
I probably could not save the house.
I'm going to ask you another emergency question. If an earthquake happened, a big one, and everything was shaking, and the house was mostly standing but kind of leaning, would you be able to get out of the house all by yourself?
I think so, yes.
And if a burglar came before the police, could you fight them off, or could you at least fight them till somebody got the help?
Oh, I've got caves.
We got security cameras.
And if a judge wanted to call you to ask more questions, would you be okay with that?
Yes.
Great. Is there anything else that you would want to tell the court or the media or anybody else?
Yes. I have dealt with the courts with my son Bert. I have dealt with the courts trying to get the house papers made up. When Mama and Papa passed on and I took over, I had a big job on my hands. I had to go into San Diego to the county building, and I had to deal with them to get things straightened around. And I got them straightened around that one day.
Wow. Some people charge a few $100s an hour and take a week to do that. You know that, don't you?
No, I don't necessarily know that, but I know what I could afford, and I did what I could afford.
Okay.
I want to go home.
Okay.
No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes.
Okay.
about it.
Then let's ask an important question. Would you be able to leave the skilled nursing center and go home? Would you feel in
Yes,
control enough to handle it?
I would, because I'd paddle those cotton-picking kids.
Okay. So I've asked you many different ways. I'm going to ask again just to see, just cross-examination here. I'm not an attorney. Okay, but again, if there were an emergency, do you feel like even if people were not there, could you handle the emergency? Could you seek help?
It would depend on the emergency. A lot of them I could handle. There are others that I would have to handle.
Okay, so like if an asteroid fell, you would need some help.
Oh, definitely.
If someone took you to the store, are you able to plan meals? Are you able to figure out what you need?
For Pete's sake, of course I can.
Can you cook? Can you still cook?
Oh, yes.
So you can prevent something from burning? Can you make cake or bread?
I can make bread, yes.
Can you make a turkey?
Can I make a turkey? No, I can't make a turkey, but I know how to cook one.
That's the most perfect answer ever. Oh my God. And if someone comes along like me who talks too much, do you know how to get us to be quiet?
Well, yes, I tell you to shut up.
Super. Is there anything else you could think of that would let people know that you are in control of your mind? What else would you want them to say?
I have been in control of my mind since they put me into Zion Hospital. My mind started coming back, and they kept me there for 8 months.
What about the medication that you did not like? Do you want to ask that you only take medication that you and your team go, or how do you feel about that?
Okay, I play with computers still, okay? And I have learned that there are new medications now that I can take without losing the feeling in my hands, without being hurt by them.
Okay.
And when I get out of here, if they ever let me out, I am going to start really looking in my computers. I have 2 of them at home.
So you know how to use the internet?
Oh, yes.
You know how to Google?
Yes.
Do you know how to use YouTube?
The which?
YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how to use the basic computer and research skills. What kind of instruments do you play? Do you play any musical instruments?
I am an accomplished accordionist. I am also a singer. I have been singing professionally since I was 4 years old.